In the beginning of the novel The Call of the Wild, the reader was introduced to the main character, Buck. A regular huge, 4-year-old half Saint Bernard and half Scottish Shepherd dog living a civilized life in the house of Judge Miller. He was spoiled. Most jobs were done for him. He could go swimming any day he wanted to. He had the warmth of the fireplace in the judge's mansion. Buck thought he ruled the world through his small perspective of a domestic dog, as the third-person narrator says. And over this great domain, Buck ruled, but as he changes throughout the book he realizes how different it is to be civilized than to be in the wild. After being kidnapped, Buck has now arrived to the start of his journey, but it does not make the best first impressions. Buck is shocked to see how cruel and violent both the men and dogs are around here. For him it seems like they fight for nothing, just to fight. One of the turning points were when he turns to see how another new dog, named Curly, is coping, and finds her approaching one of the wild dogs in a friendly way, but they do not react the same way. The husky attacks her immediately. This attracts more dogs and they start to join in. There she lays bloody and dead, all this from a friendly approach. As Buck stares at her dead body he realizes morals could lead to death. After this he makes a note to himself not to fight and also adjusts his new way of living, changing into a new Buck that now steals food from the masters, hides under snow for warmth, and listens to the commands. All these changes might appear so out of the ordinary for a house dog, as Buck describes them, but for Buck, it seems like the more time he spends in the wilderness the more knowledge he recovers, as if he already knew this in the past or how he is somehow being taught by his ancestors. Later on in the book Buck is angered at Sputz, one of the antagonist's usual behavior, and at last finishes him off. With only being in chapter 3, the reader realizes how quickly the domestic dog, Buck, is fading. The next day, after his masters realize Sputz was dead, they start heading off, but once they reach the sled, Buck refuses to go to his usual position, preferring the lead, thinking he deserves some type of award. Once they start moving, Buck feels some type of need to reward the owners by speeding the distance and time traveled by day, making Buck a little more recognizable to the northern community. Buck believed he was a born leader, that he was the strongest, fiercest, that is until he was struck by hunger, after being sold to some newcomers, with the dream of finding the gold and reaching the destination in time. He begins leading the sled. Only seeing that this time finding out that the pace is slower because of the new owners always fighting with one another. He finds that the load is much more heavier, seeing how the owners are so inexperienced. They travel with many unnecessary items, then getting the bright idea of getting more dogs, ignoring the basic rule. And with that the food is disappearing quickly, making the team of dogs move slower, and weakening the dogs. It gets to a point where Buck can't take it anymore and refuses to keep carrying the sled, lying on the snow as he gets hit, time after time, until John Thornton comes to the rescue. Soon after John stops the abuse, the rest of the team falls into the cold river that once was an icy hard path but now transformed to thin ice by the spring. Spending time with John teached Buck the other side of the man and animal relationship, other than the dark experience he had spent with the past masters/owners. He learned that maybe it wasn't all about killing or being killed. Their relationship consists of protection and love. John saved Buck's life and now Buck repays him by saving his life numerous times, and even saving his reputation. Buck would do anything for John and John would do anything for Buck. It is said in the book that John loves him more than just another animal but like his own child. Buck's love with Thornton is what appears to be the only thing holding him back from the call of the wild. During one of Buck's trips to the forest he met another wolf with whom he developed a friendship, and wandered through the forest. Buck at this point has two different identities. One is Thornton's sled dog and the other is a wild hunter. After Buck comes back from a usual trip to the forest with his wolf friend, he finds the whole team dead, John's other dogs and friends. But what strikes him the most is his beloved John Thornton. Even after seeing the man he died, he pushes himself to kill the people who caused John's death, then realizes that he will never fear humans unless weapons are included. With Jean's death, Buck allows himself to finally fully enter the forest and fulfill his great unrest and strange desires, as Jack London says. Once he does, he leads a wolf pack and follows the law of the wild. In the beginning of the novel, Buck was king of a easy, gentle community, but at the end, after facing a cruel, uncaring world, he by himself earned kingdom again, but now in the forest. In a way, throughout Buck's experience, he matured into this wiser dog. He experienced what it was to truly love a human. He realized what the images and noises in his head meant. It was in fact the call of the wild. His ancestors teaching him the ways of the northern outdoor life, and more importantly, how to survive.